Nepal has been making a few notable strides in the science and technology sector in recent time, as after the launch of Nano satellite in 2019, the Nepal Academy of Science and Technology is now preparing to launch 2 new satellites developed by Nepali scientists and students of community schools. Images from the satellite are expected to provide insights for research on natural disasters. Good morning, I'm Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Decade-old government plan of developing 10 new cities limited to papers. Number of proposed cities increases to 54. Barely 1% of the project attain. Supreme Court issues an interim order directing Koshi province government against any decision with potential long-term impact. UML had moved the court, calling the appointment of Uddhav Thapa as province chief minister unconstitutional. Hundreds evacuated in Indian capital Delhi as water levels in Yamuna River rises. Delhi Chief Minister says the water levels had reached a 45-year high, rising above danger mark. And its defending champion Ons Jabeur versus Irina Sabalenka for a place in the final of Wimbledon Women's today. World number 1 Carlos Alcaraz up against Medvedev in the men's category. 12-year-old government announcement of developing 10 areas touching the Mid-Hill Highway as new cities has remained stranded. Despite increasing the number of new cities to 54 on documents, barely 1% of the project has been completed in the past 12 years. With the objective of managing urbanization and curbing migration, the government had announced development of 10 new cities 12 years ago. Works of the project had begun in the fiscal year 2013-14 with the target of completion by the next 10 years. During this period, the number of new cities has been increased to 54. The government has spent more than 10 billion rupees in the period of 10 years. With the expected investment of 1,100 billion rupees for the project, the government has allocated 1.19 billion rupees in this fiscal year. However, despite the population of the locations identified for development of new cities on a decline, the project has not been able to gain momentum. Political leaders are in the race of developing new cities in their electoral constituencies, but have not prioritized implementation of announced projects, which has led to the increase in the number of proposed cities. The government has put on hold the land in 40 districts from Patsar in the east to Kanchanpur in the west, where the new cities are proposed. Local residents have not even been able to put their land as collateral to receive bank loans or sell their properties, and they are still uncertain about the completion of the project. Works of opening road tracks, laying concrete and construction of drainage systems has just begun in the previously announced 10 places. Preliminary works for construction of playgrounds and management of drinking water systems have also been carried out in a few places. However, experts are of the opinion that the project has failed to gain momentum because of the indifference of federal government. The new cities are expected to be well facilitated, which is a good aspect. Such cities can play a significant part in curbing the migration from mountains and hills and reduce the population density in Tarai region. But as the 68th report of the Auditor General stated, expected progress cannot be achieved even in years if new projects are added without completion of previously announced cities. The Supreme Court has issued an interim order directing the Koshi provincial government not to make any decisions that could have a long-term impact. The single bench of justice of the Supreme Court, Sapana Pradhan Malla, issued the interim order directing the province government not to make any long-term decisions until a case filed at the court is concluded. Main opposition CPN UML had filed a writ at the Apex Court against the appointment of Nepali Congress Provincial Assembly leader Uddhav Thapa as the province chief minister with the support of the province Assembly Speaker Baburam Gautam. The opposition party has called the vote by the province speaker unconstitutional. The single bench of Justice Malla has also given a deadline until 19th of July to present the original documents, including the votes garnered by Thapa, which was presented to the speaker, claims, signatures and the appointment made by the province chief Parsuram Khapung. The bench has also ordered to schedule the hearing on 23rd of July. The Kathmandu metropolis has its own police force of 317 personnel. The Constitution of Nepal and existing acts have ensured the right of the local governments to have their security force. Using this right, the Kathmandu metropolis is making preparations to increase investment in the municipal police and expand its size to 500 personnel. For this purpose, the metropolis is spending a size of budget as well. Based on the Constitution of Nepal, all local levels can set up their police force to ensure sound management. Local Government Operation Act 2074, formed as per the Constitution, has provision for municipal police. The Act has been identified 12 tasks of the municipal police. However, the Kathmandu metropolis has added 18 more rights and has assigned 30 responsibilities to its municipal police. The Kathmandu metropolis, which requires the municipal police for ensuring good management of the city, market, transport and physical infrastructures, has not just increased the number of security personnel but has also injected more budget. The metropolis, which had allocated 26 million rupees for the municipal police in the ongoing fiscal year, has allocated 125.5 million rupees for the upcoming fiscal. The Metropolis Police Act, presented at the executive meeting of the Kathmandu metropolis, aims to increase the size of its security department from 317 to 500. Saying one municipal police was required for every 3,000 citizens and identifying demand for security from wards as each ward office has a revenue counter, the metropolis has said that the number of personnel of the municipal police is to be increased to meet the current necessities. Kathmandu metropolis, which has been increasing its budget and human resources for security, has also been deploying 140 personnel in contract from private entity Unique Security. While the Kathmandu metropolis is bolstering its security force, neighboring Lalitpur has not deemed it necessary to increase its municipal police force. Despite the need to increase the municipal police, former deputy mayor considers doing so an affinity towards power. Like the Kathmandu metropolis, other municipalities have also their municipal police entity. However, the Kathmandu metropolis, which appears cross with the federal government following the lack of support from Ministry of Home Affairs for the removal of settlements of landless squatters, has considered expansion of the municipal police as a matter of its pride. 269 cases have been filed against Kathmandu metropolis in the past 1 year as it removed illegal structures from across the metropolis in a bid to protect the public land. Some of them include cases against Kathmandu Mayor Balendra Shah for airing controversial statements through his social media account to defend the metropolis's decision. However, the rush to show results has affected several works that are directly concerned with the general public. Right from the start of the year, Mayor Shah prioritized the search of lost Tukuchar River, making plans to revive the river that ran below buildings between Jai Nepal and Kathmandu Plaza. The mayor directed the demolition of private residences built over the river and excavation of various plots of lands. This invited the metropolis 12 cases at High Court Patan that claimed the properties that were demolished had been determined as private properties some 48 years ago by the Survey Department. 4 months ago, High Court Patan prohibited any state interferences while confirming that they were private properties. The demolished properties have not been repaired by the metropolis, nor have the owners received compensations. Meanwhile, the metropolis has continued with other works of reviving Tukucha, as dozers are being used in Samakhushi area to pull out slabs installed above the river and remove houses built near the river bank. Locals have been agitated, saying they were not provided with alternative places to stay, let alone compensations. The metropolis, meanwhile, has defended the demolitions and expressed determination towards removing illegal structures. The metropolis has claimed it removed 16,570 illegal structures in the ongoing fiscal. However, it has also faced 269 court cases, including 198 cases filed at the High Court Patan, 40 at Supreme Court and 31 at Kathmandu District Court. Nepal had launched a nano-satellite for the first time in the year 2019. The nano-satellite, launched with the support of NASA, had sent some photographs during its 841-day-long stay in the space. It was considered a major achievement in Nepal's space journey. 4 years later, the Nepal Academy of Science and Technology has made preparations to launch Dafe and Munal, named satellites, with the support of Nepal Academy of Geo and Space Science. 4 years after the launch of the nano-satellite from NASA's Rocket Launching Center in Virginia, NASA has made preparations for launching another satellite named Dafe. A team of 9 scientists, including Nepali nationals Avas Maske, Janardhan Shilwal, Siraj Saiju, Shriya Pradhan, Alija Sapkota and Sushant Dakal, built the satellite in the period of 2 years. Physical tests for the launch of the satellite have been carried out as well. The Dafe satellite, with modern camera installed in it, will be launched within 2 months with the support of King Mongkut's University of Thailand. If DAFE is launched, it will be the first satellite developed by Nepali scientists in Nepal. The satellite will weigh 1 kilogram. Meanwhile, with the technical support of scientists who prepared DAFA satellite, students of 4 community schools, including the Kathmandu University High School, have developed another satellite named Munal. The satellite prepared by the students is to be launched from Bangalore, India, for which a team of scientists has already left. The satellites were built over 2 years with an investment of around 20 million rupees. It cost around $50,000 to launch one satellite. NASA has already set up a ground station to process the images to be received from the satellites following their launch. The satellites prepared by Nepali scientists will remain in space for 6 months to 2 years. DAFE and Munal will send images of important parts of the country, and NASA expects the images to provide significant insights for research into possible floods caused by melting of glaciers and natural disasters, including floods and landslides. Russia had launched a satellite for the first time 6 decades ago. Since then, many countries have launched their own satellites. Successful launch of the satellite prepared by Nepali scientists in Nepal will be a milestone achievement in Nepal's science and technology sector. Parliamentary thematic committees have major responsibilities of monitoring the government works and playing an important role in formulation of laws. Such committees have the right to monitor government works and issue necessary directives. Despite the lapse of 7 months since the formation of the provincial assemblies, provinces other than Karnali have yet to gain a full shape or give a full shape to their thematic committees. Provincial thematic committees have yet to be formed in Koshi province, which has become the center of change in political power. Hikmat Karki, who was appointed the chief minister from the UML, Rashtra Prajatantra Party and CPN Maoist Center coalition, failed to retain power as Maoist Center quit the alliance. Uddhav Thapa of Nepali Congress was appointed the new chief minister in Koshi following the change in political equation. Koshi, which had 7 thematic committees in the previous term, is yet to form a single committee this term. There are 7 committees in Madhesh, while 2 have yet to gain leadership. With 5 committees each in Bagmati and Sudur Paschim, none of them have chairpersons yet. Such committees have yet to be formed in Lumbini province, which had 8 entities in the previous term. Thematic committees have not been formed in Gandaki as well. Meanwhile, Karnali has already formed 4 committees and appointed chairpersons as well. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, why has the formation of thematic committees not been prioritized in the province assemblies? Your options are A, impact of federal setup, B, conflict on power share, and C, lack of understanding of significance. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And settlements in Mallarani Rural Municipality in Putan district have been facing water shortage as sources were buried during road construction projects. This is the first time the region has faced water shortage during monsoon season. Around 60 households have been affected as the water source was buried during the construction of Mallarani Chuza Soldhana road section. Debris during the construction had reportedly been disposed without careful considerations. Other regions also seeing water shortage are Mundada, Banchari, Dharampani and settlements in Erawati Rural Municipality. In our Public Voice segment, we've asked in several provinces regarding the status of peace and security at the local levels. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सुरक्षाको हिसाबले पनि हामी एक्लै गएर शपिङ गरेर आउने चाहिँ माध्यम चाहिँ छ सरकारले जति शान्ति सुरक्षाको प्रत्याभूति दिनुपर्ने हो त्यति पाइराखेको छैन जादै थिए एक दिन अनि पछाडीबाट केटाले एउटा पागल जस्तो थिए समाते के यताबाट त म यता बसे त फेरि सबै जना मान्छेहरु हेर्दा हेर्दै केही पनि भनेर धेरै डर लाग्यो के म रुदा रुदै घर गए पहिला भन्दा अहिले सुधार भछ शान्ति सुरक्षा चुस्त दुरुस्तै देखिन्छ पछिल्लो समयमा बजार एरिया अलि सुरक्षित भएको छ सुरक्षाकर्मीहरुको केही अभाव भए तापनि शान्ति सुरक्षाको अवस्था ठिकै छ हाम्रो पालिकामा शान्ति सुरक्षा सन्तोषजनक छ अहिले त ठीक छ राम्रो छ अहिलेसम्म त्यस्तो गुनासो गर्ने खालको छैन धनकुटा शान्ति सुरक्षाको हिसाबमा सबलै रहेको र यहाँको प्रशासनले पनि त्यसलाई ध्यान दिएको नै देखिन्छ पहिलाको भन्दा हरेक कुरामा शान्ति नै भएको जस्तो मलाई महसुस लाग्छ राति बुढाखाडालाई निस्किन डरै छ चोरीहरू भइराछ झैझगडाहरू भइराछ त्यसको रेखदेख छैन 5-7 महिना अगाडि हाम्रै घरमा नि लाइट बाल्यो तल एउटा छोरी छन् त्यो छोरीको सिक्री तान्यो
माथि एकजना काकी हुनुहुन्थ्यो उहाँको पनि घर तोडफोड भयो
घटनाहरू भइरहन्छन् कस्तीहरू समय-समयमा उपस्थित नहुने प्रहरीहरू उपस्थित नहुने पनि समस्या देखिरहेको छ
लागु औषधवाला पनि मान्छेहरू समातिन लाग्या हुनाले पनि पहिला भन्दा केही सुधार भए हुन सक्छ
विगतमा भन्दा जो दिनदहाडै सटर काटिएको अवस्था थियो त्यो चीजहरू अहिले धनगढी नगरपालिकामा भेटिएको छैन अहिले शान्ति सुरक्षा सही छ
Hundreds of residents have been evacuated in the Indian capital Delhi as the water level of Yamuna River continues to rise. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said it had reached a 45-year high, already rising above the danger mark. Some near Delhi have seen record rainfall so far this monsoon season, which began in June. At least 88 people have died in Himachal Pradesh since rains began late last month. Yesterday in Delhi, people living in makeshift houses next to the river moved to some of the 2,500 relief camps set up in the city. Seasonal monsoon rains are a lifeline for India, but also typically cause deaths and destruction to property every year. India has experienced increasingly extreme weather in recent years. The unrelenting rains come just after weeks after an extreme heat wave gripped most of North India. Many factors contribute to flooding, but experts say climate change caused by global warming makes extreme rainfall more likely. The International Monetary Fund has approved release of funds over 9 months to support Pakistan's economic stabilization program. The much-awaited $3 billion bailout for Pakistan is likely to help prevent the South Asian country from defaulting on its debt repayments. This follows a staff-level agreement between the fund and Pakistan announced last month. The latest approval allows an immediate disbursement of about $1.2 billion. Pakistan has suffered from a balance of payment crisis as it tries to service a burdensome external debt amid a fraught political environment after the removal of Prime Minister Imran Khan from office last year. Inflation has skyrocketed, the rupee has reached a record low against the dollar, and the country is struggling to afford imports, causing a severe decline in industrial output. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif welcomed the IMF's decision, saying it was a major step forward in the government's efforts to stabilize the economy and achieve macroeconomic stability. Sharif has been trying to overcome the economic crisis since he came to power after Khan was removed in a no-confidence vote in Parliament in April 2022. Pakistan's economy had witnessed another shock last year when devastating floods killed 1,739 people, destroyed 2 million homes and caused $30 billion in damage. Pakistan has brokered close to 24 arrangements with the IMF, most of which have not been completed. In the days before the decision was approved, Pakistan received $3 billion in deposits from Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. The money from the two Gulf countries boosted Pakistan's foreign reserves to $7.5 billion, more than double its account balance last week. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.